stylized ecstasy and lurched onto the veranda. When he saw Father Egan in the moon-swept darkness, he stepped back, startled. The man wore a white guayabera and dark trousers. There was a holstered pistol on his hip, hanging from a webbed guard belt which he had buckled casually over his loose shirt. His hair was combed slickly across his skull. He was not a man of the coast, but a mestizo from the interior. Egan saw that it was Lieutenant Campos, social agent of the Guardia Nacional, uncharacteristically out of uniform, and thoroughly drunk. Recognizing Campos, he drew his breath in fear. "Holy Father," Lieutenant Campos said. He crossed himself and kissed his fingers as though Egan were an object of veneration. "Bless me, Father," he said in Spanish. "Bless me, for I have sinned." Egan, having coiled a sentence of greeting, released it without enthusiasm. "Good evening, Lieutenant, my friend. How may we help you?" "Yes," Lieutenant Campos said. "And now you have to come with me." Father Egan recoiled in spite of himself. The words froze his heart. Campos was staring at Sister Justin Feeney's lighted window. The two men stood bathed in the unrelenting moonlight, both of them swaying slightly with drink. At Freddy's chicken shack, the beat went on. "Where is the nun?" the lieutenant asked with distaste. "The earnest nun." "Gone to bed, I would suppose," Father Egan said cheerily. God save us, he thought. We're being arrested. No, Campos said, because, see, her light is on. She's staying awake. And who knows what she's thinking. The lieutenant had raised his voice over the distant music, but from Sister Justin Feeney's room there was no sound or stirring. Campos belched sadly and turned his attention back to the priest. "Come with me," he said in his policeman's voice. "We're going." "It's so late," the priest said. "Does it have to be now?" He was aware of the lieutenant's insane, intelligent eyes smoldering in the moonlight. Campos laid a hand on his arm. "Come." "Lieutenant," Egan said, "please, a moment." He went inside to get his stolen breviary, in case there might be some emergency. They went down the steps to the beach in silence. Campos stood by the side of his jeep and held the door open for the priest. The road, such as it was, followed the packed sand of the beach, descending now and then into a sea-flooded hollow that splashed phosphorescence as they forded it. Egan sat with the stole in his teeth, the missile between his legs, holding fast to the sidebar of the jeep. The lieutenant drove as fast as the vehicle would move. Now and then he muttered something in a low voice which the priest could not understand. He did not brake for animals. If a cow transfixed in the headlights was too slow in heaving its fly-blown bulk from the roadway, the lieutenant would unhesitatingly ram it, bellowing, into a ditch, throw the jeep into reverse, and charge forward. In 20 minutes or so they came to the peninsula on which the lieutenant maintained his residence. In a country of frenetically gregarious people, Lieutenant Campos lived alone, without family or servants. The turnoff that led to his compound was barred by a chain-link fence, its gate secured with a padlock. Campos kept his jeep motor running as he opened it. When they were inside, he got out again and locked it behind them. Breathing deeply, Father Egan followed Campos from the jeep and stood by while he unlocked his front door. The lieutenant used more locks than one was used to seeing along the coast. Egan went in first. The presence of Campos entering behind him in the darkness touched the priest with terror. The lieutenant had electric light, and his bungalow was very neat. There was a picture of the President of the Republic on one wall, the President appearing as the apotheosis of the nation-state, his full cheeks pink with retouching, his uniform inked in pastels, his peculiar ears unobserved, the whole swathed in the furled colors of Tecan. Beside it was a framed copy of the lieutenant's commission, then a framed shot of a younger, perhaps a more reasonable, Lieutenant Campos, posing with his buddies at Guardia School. Below the pictures were 2 bookcases. One held bound logs and law books. The shelves of the other were stacked with American detective magazines arranged by name. True, Startling, Inside, Master, an underground detective. Egan thought them